Hello everyone to our second developer stream here at Limbic Entertainment about our new game Corsair Cove, which is coming out by the end of July, 31st of July. And I'm here, Chris, the communications manager at Limbic Entertainment. And on my side is my guest. I'm so honored that he is here today, our creative director, Lionel, in his day-by-day outfit, of course. Hello,
Yes.
hello.
Hello everyone. I mean, some of you might have chat to me on the Discord time to time because I reply to questions, and I'm very happy to be here. And I'm very happy to be able to talk about our games.
Yeah, let's do this because you had a lot of questions. We collected, of course, in the last weeks, especially since we started with our open demo. We collected all your questions and what you bothered about, and of course also what you like, and you like a lot because we have like 91% positive reviews right now on Steam. This is so amazing. We are so happy about that. So thank you again for that. Yeah, but of course we also are super interested in everything you have like in the feed on feedback and maybe things that could be better. So we're looking at that, of course, on social media, on Steam, on our Discord. And there are a few things we can clear to make a bit clearer today, maybe talk about it. So yeah, let's start. Hello, Patrick. Hello, hello. And hello everyone in the chat. And of course, if you have questions, just put it in the chat. Otherwise, we go to a few questions we already have. So yeah, maybe we can start with the question from many people and comments from many people why the sun looks like it's wandering around with your mouse, with your movement. So why is that? Can you explain this to us?
Yes, sure.
Let's change this. You want to have the
game.
game? Yeah, then we can show it here in the game. Of course, it's a like not an early save game.
And I think I should change the setting a bit to just put a bit of the sound of the game.
A bit louder for everyone. That makes sense.
I hope everyone can hear everything now. So, the sun, because it has been a question that we repeatedly ask. Some people notice, a lot of people don't notice at all. But we have been asked why our sun is moving with the camera like this. Simple reason is to have the game look good. When we design the game and we make a different prototype and so on, and because we wanted to play with verticality, we very quickly find out that because the island is super vertical and you have all those giant peaks, if we are using traditional lighting that you will see on many games, then there will be half of the island looking super shiny and nice and quite flat. And then you will have the other half of the island here that will be dark and not interesting with no shadow and everything, because basically the sunlight doesn't come from the other side of the island to those dark area. And then for a city builder, when you spend a lot of time tweaking and changing the road and creating the path, basically spending your entire time in a dark area trying to make something where the game it doesn't look that nice was not that fun. There have been a lot of different discussion about what can we do? Can we design the island to be specially made so that it look good in many area? And then the art director came up with this trick saying, but I have the solution. Let's basically make sure that the lighting is always good in any direction for the player while they are playing. And this adds a lot actually, because it allows us to have like very nice shadow. This is also thanks to Unreal, but and the detail and the things that we can get because all the buildings have a proper lighting all the time, allow us to also create contracts and and let the player have a better visibility. The messy feeling on the island is something that we wanted to do from the very beginning, but at the end it's still a logistic and management game, which means that you need to have some kind of visibility. And basically also improving the visibility because you have nice shadow and detail and you can see the contrast was one of the things we wanted to do, and then we went with the solution.
Yeah, that makes absolute sense. I mean, we totally get that some people think, okay, that's weird. We want a sun that it's behaving like the sun is behaving. But yeah, for the sake of the game and the gameplay, it makes absolutely sense. So yeah, but if you have more questions about it, just tell us.
I mean, in reality, we are not really realistic on many points. When we had
Yeah.
to make the choice between, hey, do we want to be accurate to reality or we want to make the game more fun and more interacting, it was always, hey, let's make the game better and not basically try to be as realistic and authentic as possible. So yes, there is a lot of things with simulation. You can see the wave, we can see like undersea life and so on and so on. But it was more like, okay, how can we make the game good and fun before how can we be accurate to what the reality is?
Yeah, absolutely. That makes sense. And yeah, I say it again. If you have questions, just put it in the chat. And welcome again to everyone who's joining us today. But yeah, there was another frequently asked question, and it was about moving buildings. So we have a lot of buildings now here, and people were like, "Oh, why do I have to delete the buildings? Why can I not just move them?" I guess you have also a good answer to that.
So I think you mentioned that, hey, I'm here, I have this deposit here, and this is not the location I want it to be. I want to be a little bit on the left or a little bit on the top or whatever. And some player wanted to be able to drag that, get this building and move it away from here. Because there is many basically management game and city builder game that allow this at the moment. So it was like, hey, why don't I have this nice feature? We tried. We basically make kind of prototype, and we wanted to. I mean, we really internally debate about should we make this happen or not. But then very quickly we find out that because of verticality, how it is with the placement, when you try to place a building, you have a lot of things to create as you are moving. The simulation is updating in the background. And then because of our logistical system, so I will try to do, for example, I want to build something that will require, what can I do? Which one the building? This one will be easy. Let's say that I want to build here a plank maker. When I'm trying to place this building, you can see a lot of auto connection trying to basically build themselves. And then we also can see the nice green line, which is already telling me, hey, this building will be trying to fetch his goods that he needs from the building that we have here. I mean, the woodcutter. And this basically, the simulation is doing a lot of things in the background. It's updating the economy. It's trying to see where is the pass, the shortest pass, and so on and so on. So all those indications we give to the player basically request cost in the simulation. Basically, the computer is trying to calculate all of those things. And it's already super heavy when I'm placing all those buildings and all those connections are made. So having all the building all the time selectionable and then moving around will have a big impact on how the economy refresh have to be done in the background. So basically it's a lot of time of investing into, hey, now I'm trying to move this building that is already connected and that there is a guy coming. When I move the building, I will need to refresh. This guy was coming here, but then he's going over there. And then if the players start to move around the building a lot, then there is a lot of calculation happening in the background that will hit the frame rate of the game, and so on and so on. So when we tried, it comes with a lot of technical issue. And then at the end of the day, the investment that we had to put into the game in order to support this little feature, compare what it's come into benefit, was very low, to our opinion. Still, we acknowledge that basically when you try to place a building, sometimes you make mistake. Hey, I want to have it here. Then I place it, and then I found out that this is not the place I wanted it, because I wanted it a bit more on the left or on the right, because it's look better. And there is many time where you place a building, and then it's just not that you want to move it because some gameplay reason, but just because you make a pure mistake. So at the end of the day, we decided, okay, we cannot get real-time moving building. But what we will do is we not penalize the player for just a silly mistake he made. Just like simple, hey, I wanted to place it on the left, but the game did something on the last minute that placed it on the right. So we decided to have like all building refundable 100%. So even if you made a mistake and you destroy a building, then you are not going to be impacted by the cost of the placement. It's heavily important when you are using connector, because a connector use a lot of money. So if I place a zip line from the top of the cliff here, somewhere here, and then I'm trying to put it downstairs, I place it. I found out that this route is not the route that I want to have. And then I just can destroy it. So now I have 240 and I will have my money back.
Yeah, perfect.
Which means that the impact of placing a building wrongly is not something that will make you, hey, I want to reload my game.
Yeah, absolutely. And hello to the new people in the chat. Old man, hello. And Thief Skill, so happy to hear that you enjoyed the demo. But if you have questions, just let us know. And Sake or Sake, hello. Why are there so many letters? Oh, yeah, that's a good question. That is another question that many people ask about. Hey, it looks too messy. There were so many letters. What can we do about it?
So, big internal fight. So, there is two things. There is the intention, and there is how the connecting system works, and there is trying to make the gameplay as intuitive, as simple as possible, and trying to basically solve some issue in the gameplay that we didn't try to find first. So, first, the look. The look, it was always the intention to be a giant plank mess, kind of, because, okay, it's a pirate city, it needs to be messy. And then we always wanted to have this look of like, okay, it's kind of like a lot of like different things. You can see the building, they're not very safe to move on. And then it's always like, oh, it's kind of the image that we have of what a pirate city look like. They are just not like architect and builder. They are just like people that will cheaply build things in and do it fast. Then there is, we wanted to have a game that is quite easy to play at the beginning, while we also wanted to have the connection gameplay and logistic gameplay quite in the center of the game. So we decided to say, okay, if I want to place a lot of small buildings like the house next to each other, I would like not to be bothered by connecting everything together and then basically have to solve all the connection issue myself. So let's try to design a system that will solve most of what a player wants to do and create connection and create the things, in the same time creating the looks that we wanted to have, like kind of messy. And then the game will try to auto-connect building around and make first the life of the player simple, and the other hand make the look that we wanted. Still, just so I'm looking at most of the stream, and I'm basically spending my last 2 weeks looking at people playing the demo. It has been a common issue that this is a bit too much. So from the 1.0 we are looking at it, and then we are going to solve it a bit. So house will not look like that in the final version. We decided to separate the connection between building that the game auto-generate to the one that the player create himself.
Yep.
So now you will see a big differentiation. Mainly all those extra planks that you have here, that we acknowledge that doesn't look as much good as we wanted, will be gone, and then the connection will be much simpler. On the other hand, you always can create a connection manually and organize things. Because when we created the game, we acknowledged that there are some people that really want to create the city as they want and not having the game basically mess with what they are doing. So we added functionality to basically let you just not have no automatic connection at all. So I think it's control. And now if I'm pressing control, that is always on the screen here, and I'm trying to place a building, I will have no auto connection made at all, which means that on those buildings, I will place them, and then I will have to create the connection myself. But it's allow the player to have like more control exactly how the ladder will be, because at the end there is different kind of player. Some of them doesn't want to bother, and then they just want to have something that look okay, and then we'll place dozen of building, and they really like to have most of the connection be done. And then we know that there is some kind of player that are like, I don't know who made that, but like that, which will always want to have the city look good and exactly how they want. So then you have always the option to tell the game, hey, don't mess creating automatic connection yourself. I really want to control it. And then you can basically do it yourself.
Yeah, all our cozy gamers who want to have like the most beautiful city, of course. So we all also got you. And let's see, we have 2 questions. The old man, when you're talking about the card mechanics, you mean our events, like the card and dice mechanics? We will come to that later.
What I can do actually is send a ship somewhere.
But
so
first, Thief Scale was asking about the day, if we have a day and night cycle in the full game. probably you joined us a bit too late because we just talked about why the sun is following the camera. So I guess this is pretty much going into the same direction, right?
It's a bit different. So
Okay.
day night cycle, it was there. I'm kind of responsible to not have in there actually, because then it's compromised. So I mean, usually when you develop a game, you have like a set of time, budget, people involved, and then you have to make compromise of what do you want to have and what you need to look good. And basically having a day-night cycle require to invest time in lighting for the night, creating all the building to have nice lighting and so on. I would have dreamed to have like this nice cozy town where you have like all the town become light at night and it's very nice. You can see the cozy fire and so on and so on. So the lighting would be amazing in this. But it comes with a lot of like artwork and costs. So at some point it's like, hey, do you want to have the lighting, the day-night cycle, or do you want to have the underwater look good? Those kind of choice that we have to make. And then when we decide, hey, this is where the priority should go, we have been looking at metrics from other game because we have a lot of ex-colleagues coming from a lot of different city builder background, and we know from the analytics that some game that have the day-night cycle that have the option to cut it. So it's always say that it's one of the most used option. So in reality, less than 20% of player, what we find in metrics, stay with the day-night cycle on during the entire gameplay, because for a city builder, when you want to place building and so on, in the same way that we wanted the game to look good, whatever direction with the shadow, it's very basically hard for player to play in this place when it's night and there is no lighting and other building around, and it's become not that readable. Then the path is not lighted correctly, and then suddenly, okay, you will cut and remove it. So in terms of like a choice between having it now in the game or having something else, then we decided to at least not having it for now, and then prioritize other things.
Yeah.
I think if you play the full game, you will never really want it. You really want it to have it when you want to take a nice picture and a nice shot, and having your city in a different day-night life.
Yeah.
So you can say, hey, I want to have a nice screenshot there and there. But for playing the game and for what the game is asking you to do, it's never something that is mandatory. There is one last thing about the night cycle, and that's what also one of the reasons for the cost cutting kind of was, if I have something like this in the game, it was very important for us that it means something. I didn't want it to have like, hey, it's just pretty. I was like, okay, if we have night, I would like to have like ghosts come in at night. I would like the factory to stop at night. All production line are down or stuff like this. Any challenge that I would ask the player to solve during night. And then it's, again, a lot of different challenge and feature and so on. And it come to the list of like, hey, wait, but you have to choose, or you do that or you do that. And okay, I prefer have more different logistic network and channel, and I prefer have like a more different building, and I prefer have the game that we have now than adding more stuff that will lower down the quality of what I have now.
Yeah, absolutely makes sense. I hope that answers your question, Thief Skill. The old man, you had the question about our events, about the card mechanics. So maybe we can talk now about the elephant in the room, because many people, we have like 50-50 right now, like 50% of the community really like our event mechanics with the dices and the cards, but we have still like 50% who would prefer like a more like real-time strategy game. So maybe we can talk about why we choose this kind of events, and after that maybe we can show how they work, because many people
I just would like to react on Beer comment, saying that the underwater look good. I do agree. I have to give all the praise to the art team and the people that did that, because it came out like out of nowhere kind of, and that there was one designer with the art director that worked on the background and say, hey, I can make it look better. And I think they did an incredible job, because basically it does look good, to my opinion actually. Event card. So let's have a ship. To have a ship, I need to have a captain. I will choose one captain. I like this guy for many reasons. And then I need to have people, so I need to be able to hire crew. I will use crew. So because I'm on it, I'm just going to explain a bit of something. This is a ship. Any ship has spec that is very important for the event. You can always click here in the overview to see any type of ship. And if you click on all of those ship things, you will see that they have very specialized ability actually. Here I'm looking at here, and this ship, which is the Azimuth, it's a prowler, has a lot of life, has a lot of supply, and is, I mean, I should go there, which is more like prominent, and you can see. You can look at this one, and he has a lot of life, a lot of supply, so he can do a lot of things at sea, and then he's extremely maneuverable, and then he's good in boarding damage. Compare this one, which has not so much good mineability because it's a destroyer, but he has huge armor, and then he has a huge firepower. This
Makes
one
sense.
has more speed, so it's a faster ship, will allow you to explore the things faster, but has many less cannon damage and so on and so on. So every ship you have, first have a specialty that are going to be used in the event, because the event action that you have in each of those events are really impacted by those stats. So on the next things that you have on the ship, you have the perks that the people are bringing to you. The Swabi, those guys, they are very simple guys. You can always put them. They are not consuming a lot of resource, but on the other hand, they are not bringing a lot in your ship. While those Scallywag, they are consuming stuff, and you have an upkeep that is more expensive than the other one, but they are going to impact your stats on your ship. So now you can see that there is 3, 5, 2, 13, and 2. I have this blue stats that is impacted because I have a captain that does impact those power. And now I'm going to add those.
Oh, we don't have the resources.
I don't have the resource to hire them, so I cannot do that actually.
Yeah, we can build them.
Yes, we could, but to go there, I don't need them now, so I think I will do it after. Let's hire...
If it's
like,
enough. I mean, we
2
had the
guys.
time to build them, so that's fine. But if you think it's enough...
So, let me check if I can build them. So what do they need? Actually, those people, they need to have that, which is the cassava oven, cassava bread. I have 0 now. I can see on the tooltips that I don't have this building, so I need to build it. I think I will place it somewhere here because...
Oh yeah, this is also interesting because a lot of people were like, hey, I built this building, but I cannot really use it because they built it on another pirate camp. So maybe we can talk about that you need the right resources and the right pirate camp.
Too many things you're asking me.
Sorry.
For resource distribution, each camp are independent, but I think we should come back that later. Let me first build this production chain. So I will basically take this guy, and this guy needs cassava and salt. Luckily for me, I know that I have salt around. Is it in the range of my pirate cap? No, so it's a bigger project than I expect because I don't have salt in the area. So the first things I will need to do is going there and created the camp. I think we will go on the card event with this guy. It will be easier now. And then after I will solve the puzzle of the things. So now I have a ship with a captain and I have crew. The crew is only like default crew. They are just Swabi. They are fresh baked seller like it is, which they are not impacting my stats. Technically, the ship that you are building is only 50% on the stat, and then if you create a good crew composition later on, then you will have better stat here. Now I have the basic one, which means that I'm not going to go on a very difficult event. I'm going to pick this one, which is a merchant ship, and I'm going to embark there.
Easy. That sounds good.
The ship will take a bit to go there. I'm going to speed it a bit. While this is ongoing, I'm going to look into this because I have an issue here, and then the people telling me that I have not enough food. Okay. Why so? Because I only have one building providing food. Now my consumption is 22, while this building only can provide 16. I have 2 ways of solving that, or I built a second one, or I just use that. It will increase my production. So I will first do that. Now my production goes to double at the cost of more consumption. So I only get 50% increase, while the number of people used is double, which the upkeep for this building will be double. So it's usually not a solution that you want to keep like this because it's consume more for an output that is not good. So I will also build a second one, but I will need later. Can I build it here? Yeah, here is good. And I will use that to just build the bridge to that. And I will create a second connection while I need the building to be done.
Where are our little workers? Oh, they have to
The little worker is coming with the
take
wood.
the long way.
Bring that.
Yeah, here we go.
And now I built an additional food provider, which is generating food for me as the 16 on things. But here it will stock out until the stock here is full, and it will not do anything anymore because to consume the food from here, I need to tell this building that you need to also get the food from here. Usually the game will try to solve basic problem for you. So when you create one resource and one basically consumer, it will auto connect to one. But if you want to have more, because now my consumption is above what this building can provide, I need to manually do it. So I will just basically build a second connection. And now I have food coming from these two buildings, which should be able to supply this camp entirely. And I think my ship reached the event.
Here we go. Now we can talk about the event mechanics.
So, event mechanics. So now I'm here. What I need to first check is, can I complete this event or not? Because the event is impacted by my ship stats. So usually what we tend to do is to give you, hey, to clear this event, you have to check about what is the requirement for this event and can your ship do it. Here, it recommends at least a level 1 ship with at least a power of 2 in gun damage and a power of 2 in speed. I'm looking at my ship, I have 3 and 2.
Looks
which
good.
I'm above that, which means that technically if I play the event, it's very likely that I can beat the event. Then I'm entering in the event.
Never sailed without escort.
So here you have the little story about, hey, this is what's happening now, and the little nice art scene in the background try to put you some context out of it. On this side I have the enemy ship, which now is a merchant with his stat, so I can see already that I'm way stronger than him. And his stat will impact what he's doing. What he's doing is what is here. So now I know that what he will do to me is going to deal 2 to 3 damage to me. This is coming from his stats, so basically because he has now 1 in cannon damage, it's going to be 2 to 3 damage to my crew. On the other hand, I have my stat and I have my choice, and I can basically choose what I'm going to do based on what he is doing. What usually we try to do is having like a reacting game, hey, you know what the guy is doing, and then it's more about making choice based on the current situation you have in your island. Because sometimes in the technical choice, I'm like, hey, as an example now, I could decide that I want to finish this event the fastest possible. So how to finish the event is on the top. This is what I have to do to clear the event. And I want to say, okay, I want to close this distance as much as possible. So out of the choice that I have here, oh, this choice is very nice. It's basically getting between 1075 to 1300 meter every turn, which is very likely that I'm going to complete this is 1 turn. But the guy here is dealing 2 to 3 damage to me. And people are very important to me. So because he's doing that at the moment, it's likely, I don't want to lose people. So I'm looking into my choice to say, okay, is there any way for me to present that the things he's doing to me?
Yeah.
And here I have a card that is doing basically preventing damage to my crew, which is in this situation better than finishing the event. And it's always a trade-off between what is important for you at the moment. Is it more the cargo? Is it more the people? Is it more the health of my ship? It really depends on the situation and what you will do next. And that's basically what's going to lead your choice between the things that you have to do. Now there is a lot of questions that have been asked about, hey, but why there is dice roll? What is impact? And so on and so on. So the first thing you have to know is the game is doing something to you, and you are on your side choosing what and how you will react. So it's kind of like rock, paper, scissors, but you already know what the player will play, so you can basically counter it. It's not as simple as just counter it, because depending on the situation, then the obvious choice is not necessarily the obvious choice. And then you have a little bit of success because it's a pirate game, and then we wanted to gamble it a bit, but not too much because it's also a city builder where you want to be playing with number that you know. Don't want the game to be purely about luck. We want the game to be more about preparation and creating the good ship, and then when you have the good ship, you can beat the event. So coming here, the thing that I have to know is I have a range between 2 to 500 meter. This is the range of I can parkour if I play this action. And I also can prevent 3 to 6 damage. The range here will be impacted by the dice. So technically, if I have a low roll and I roll a 1 or a 2, it's very likely that I'm closer to 200 meter. And if I have a high roll, 6 or so on, and I basically going to have more of 500 meter as a result.
Yeah, okay.
The formula is not straightforward. I'm not adding the number to the dice because depending on what you do, the number doesn't really add up. It's more you need to look into the dice as, is it a success or not? We are making some adjustment in the 1.0 so it's more clear for the player what it does and how it results. Here there is the full mathematical formula on how and which spec of your ship are impacting the things. For example, now I have a speed of 2 and then have a gain distance from 200 to 5000 because basically the game is taking the speed of my ship and then using a dice modifier on it. If my ship has here 4 in terms of speed, then the gain will be probably double because of those things.
Makes sense.
To illustrate that, I'm going to show that now this is basically 200 to 500. That's the things because it used my spec with a dice multiplier. And because I don't want to lose people, I will use this choice. This choice will add a dice to my pool.
Also good.
And then,
nice. Oh, he rolled the 5, but it doesn't matter.
Yes. And what I want people to notice is that now I have 2 dice. So basically, the dice roll that I can do is not like 1 to 6, is 1 to 12, which impact also the range that I have now because it's become 300 to 900. So technically, more dice you have, more the range is big. So you can get higher result, but it also increase the odds because basically more you have dice, more you are impacted by the dice result. Does it make sense so far?
Yeah, it makes sense to me. I get it now, so I'm pretty sure the chat also get it. But if you have still questions about it, let's hear us. Can I still have a grand time in battle? May numbers be the bane of existence. Still have a grand time at battle.
Technically, you don't really need to care about the math and the things. What you need to care is like, hey, what the guy is doing. Do I want this to happen? Do I want to present it? Or is the things more, I should focus on something else? There is events, for example, that the event will damage your crew and your ship regularly and keep doing it, while the event is asking you to get speed, technically what I have here. And I could basically keep continuing to prevent him to do damage to me and basically be in this loop forever. One thing you have to know is first, any choice that you have here have cost, and the cost is here in your supply. So basically a ship can do a certain number of action before he have to go back to base to resupply. So if I was just preventing the things again and again, then I will run out of supply and then he will be able to start to do damage to me. And basically, the trade-off would be now I'm going to get damage from him, but I think if I don't want to stay here forever and be in the loop, so I just want to gain the distance, and we just look at, this is what I gain in distance and play this one. And if I do this, I know I will basically clear the event.
Yeah.
So technically, you don't have to care about the mass and the number. You just more need to look into bring the proper ship to the event that is on the first screen, telling you which ship you need. If you have it, it's very likely that you can win it, kind of easily. And then after is doing the proper choice based on what it is, without really caring on the number, because that's more for people that want really to optimize. I will do this to show something else.
Here
now
we go.
I close my objective and I come here.
Next one.
Next one. So this is one of the particularity. What we try to do with the event is to tell little story, pirate adventure, and have like things that happen and telling you how the things evolve, not just systemically but also in terms of background. So there is many time events that have succession of things to do. You always know in advance, so you can prepare with which type of things you will have to do through the event. And once you clear one thing, you need always to check here, oh, how many steps have these things, because I don't want to run out of supplies. This will be a long event, so I need to save, and it's also changed the strategy that you have to have in the event. Let's try to beat him. One thing that I know here is to win the event, what I have to do is to basically reduce his opponent's health and crew below 75%. What I have here is what he's going to do with me. He's going to deal damage to me, which 2 to 7, I have a 82. I don't really care. On the other hand, I know that he's going to take double the amount of damage doing that. So what I would like to do now, despite the fact that he's giving me damage, is to give him as much damage as possible on his hull, because get the objective fast as possible. So I'm going to look now. This, I don't want to prevent his damage. It's okay, I will deal with it. This is going to deal damage and prevent damage to my crew. Okay, this is dealing damage to his crew and prevent to the things. To the health, obviously here the best choice for me for the current situation, based on what he's doing, is doing that, because he's going to get 8 to 28 damage, which is very likely to clear his life. Now I have half of the other thing done, because his health is 0, and then he's preventing damage to his health, so technically he's doing something that doesn't have enough things, but I'm just going to finish the objective by dealing damage to him, and I will choose that. And that should be able to beat him. Ah, yes.
They surrender their cause.
Now I clear the objective, the things that basically the event is asking me to do, and then I get the results 3.
I'm waiting.
Depending on the objective, what you have to do, you always have like kind of the little story of the things that will happen in there, because you can have a wide range of different events, and then what you will get out of it and what ship I need to do. So if I'm looking at this one, for example, it needs a speed of 9 and 14. If I go there, I have a nice maneuverability, but my speed is very low. It's very unlikely that I can clear it. There is too much gap. Probably in this objective at some point I will be asked to do something require the speed, like escape or run away, and then because my ship is too slow, then I cannot clear the game.
Yeah.
Yes, what more I can add about the event? If I may, I've been looking into stream, and then people basically discussing, oh, but I would like to have the event system different. Why don't have real-time battle and stuff like this? The real-time battle is extremely controversial topic. We had it in some prototype, we did some tests. So I had a version of the game where I can basically send my ship here and then battle with this and then move around, and it become very RTS-like. What should I do now? They are fighting, and then I have 57 people. I don't want to lose them. I have nice cohesion. I will just do that.
Yeah, we still have enough for now.
The problem is the core of the game and the things that we really wanted to have and focus. We are happy on how it is and very proud on how it's developed, was the settlement and city builder, because it's a city builder. So during the development, our focus was how we can make this fun, how we can make it good. We had a lot of prototype about connection, logistic, and so on. So it started by, hey, okay, let's have a vertical city builder. Then, okay, how can we make it fun? How much the logistic have to be impacting the gameplay? How much things? Once you have the logistic network and so on, how do we use this logistic network? What will be the goal? And then the goal very quickly become like, okay, the game of the city is to build a pirate settlement. Because it's a pirate settlement, it's about building ship. So we will make the game about building ship. So basically the output economy that you have, and the most of the things that you have to do is to create things that allow you to build better ship, that allow you to have better crew in order to basically have a stronger ship in order to do better mission.
Yeah.
Then came the mission story, because, okay, it's a pirate game, you want to go in an adventure, and then you want to make nice mission and so on. So we tried different approach, but we realized two things. First of all, we didn't want it to take too much away from the city building part. So we didn't want it to create a second game that is the center of the experience. Because if we basically invest too much in there, then it's become, what is the experience? It is a city builder, or is it basically RTS-based management where the main thing that you have to do is the battle, which we didn't envision at
Yeah,
the beginning. And then because it's a pirate game, it's an adventure. It's not only about ship fight; it's about a lot of things. So we had to come up with a system that is broad enough to allow you to create a lot of different adventure. We had to come up with a system that is challenging enough, but not too much. So basically, between okay, it's a full-blown up tactical game to something that I have to do and I have to build better ship to clear it, but not something that is the center of the experience. And then we had to come up, yes, with something that could be a treasure, a battle, or something. So we had a lot of different experience, and also something that is not requiring you to be good with the mouse. Because on the first prototype we had in real time was like, okay, if you put your ship in the front faster than it goes, then you can throw the bombs, and then he will go on the bombs, and then he will explode, and so on and so on. And it become like, if you are good at RTS game, you are good at the game, but because our core audience and the people that usually like our game is more city builder and people that like to basically build something pretty, take the time, not be stressed, be able to pause the game, and then basically do the things. We didn't want it to have something stressful also in the combat. Where is it? Are you good with the mouse, or you will lose? And then we prefer have something that are you good with basically the number and preparation, and then have like the good chip and so on. Then something that require basically motor skill with the skill and keyboard.
Absolutely.
That's a bit. The choice that we made. I know that it's controversial because some people would like it the other way, but I know already that because we did playtest, if we had it the other way, then people will complain that no, I mean, I want a layback experience. It's a city builder, and this is too much for me. There is too much input that I have to do.
Yeah, and like I said, we saw it in the comments, especially on Steam and so on, that it's pretty much 50-50. You cannot please everyone there, of course.
I mean, we knew it. That was a trend. We had to make a choice, and it's more like, okay, this will be our experience, and for the reason that are just the one that I explained. And that's what it will be.
Exactly. We have a lot more questions, so let me go back. We missed one over there. Oh, yeah. Be there a way for me to build my own ship in the game. So no, this is... we have no plans about that. I guess it's about, you talked about that we have the different ships and they have the different advantages and disadvantages. So building your own ship would make this difficult, right?
That's, I mean, development. You have a lot of discussion on how things should be. We had at some point also a bit of customization in ship and so on and so on. We went away with it because of gameplay loop and what is important for us. So the core loop of the game is you build your city to be able to create a good ship. Then very likely, if I go here in the journal, we had to come with what will be the loop within the challenge in the game. And the challenge in the game is to basically clear, and what I used to say is, become the best pirate at something. And then we create 4 axes on which we thought a pirate like to be famous. There is some pirate that doesn't care about money. They care just to be like the crazy guy that everybody know. Like Jack Sparrow in some and Disney movies.
Never heard of that.
Where basically the guy wants to be famous and he always repeating his name. He like gold, but it's not his center. The thing is, he wants his name to be remembered. There is some people that just want to be fear, and then we had some inspiration from a Chinese lady that basically was ruling China for a long time, and then basically it's just be powerful. There is just some people that want to rule the sea and basically have best ship and so on, and there is some pirate that want to be rich.
Yes.
So we basically created the challenge out. Okay, let's if you want to win the game, is to be able to declare yourself the best pirate in something, and the goal is to be too big to fail. Basically, hey, the crown will attack you, will challenge you until you are so famous and big that they will not attack you anymore. And then for this loop to work, we had to come with some challenge, which was you have a couple of missions in there that are more and more and more difficult and more challenging, on which you will need better and better and better and better ship. And then to do that, I need to provide you with like a chip challenge. Hey, this is the ship that you really want to clear the mission. So that's your goal and how you have to obtain it.
Yeah.
And basically, the decision we took is instead of give you a ship and let you customize it, I want you to change the ship because this will require more things and so on. And then at some point we ask kind of like, hey, you can customize it, but you have also the ship selection. And then it become a problem where you start to customize your ship, but you really need the next one to clear the event. But this one, I kind of like it because I customize it. And then it's become stressful because you halfway you have like a half customized ship, but that doesn't have the stat to help you. So at the end we simplify it. And then we went to the things like, okay, let's make it like a car selection things where you can choose freely out of pre-customized variation of the ship, but also have like pre-defined stats. And then instead of like really letting you customize the things, it's more like, hey, you have to basically decide what you want to do and then get the good ship out of whatever for the things you want to do. And out of that, then you will need to prepare your city and then create the things that are required for this ship. So again, customization was a huge debate, but for streamline the gaming loop, simplification, I mean, production cost and so on, we decided at the end that we prefer having the simpler way where you have to select out of a list of things.
But I can promise you, we have so beautiful ships. We have, especially the ships you cannot see in the demo yet, like the higher tiers. Oh, they are so beautiful. They really are. And Kairos, it's so great that you joined us now. It's totally fine that you joined a bit late. You are not too late. You are absolutely fine. And let's see about your question. Are there any parrots in the game? If so, in what capacity do they appear in the game? This is a good question. I saw a parrot flying around our island. I don't know if we can spot him now or if he's too shy now. I have no idea. He was flying around the rocks.
There is parrot in the game for sure.
They're flying around. You have to spot them. I don't know how many do we have. Do you know that?
No idea.
This is a good question for our next stream, which will probably be an art stream with our art director. Oh, there are a lot of parrots. Oh, there are really a lot of parrots. But they're also flying some around the island. I already saw them. But that's a lot of parrots. So I hope this is okay. Let us know. And again, if you have more questions, just put it in the chat.
Maybe I should start to build, and we can go on resource construction. So basically, I can fully equip my guys here, if you want to.
Oh, there's another question. What is if I misspent my points? Can I reset it?
Here, no.
Okay.
We didn't put the option in. I don't think you really can misspend your point. First of all,
here, it's all great.
First of all, the point system works in each axis. So basically, you cannot spend a point from here to the other arc. You have to unlock it. So here, basically, I have like 2 points that I can claim here based on what I do. So I build 2 ships. I can claim 1, then come in the compass, and then basically spend it. So I will say that for me here, the things I like the most is this, more connection. I unspend it. And there is nothing planned in the game for you to reset that. You spend it kind of it. But on the other hand, I don't think there is something in the compass that if you spend it and will be life-changing in the way that, now I'm completely screwed because basically the stat thing is completely bad. It's not like RPG where, hey, each point will drastically change the specs. It's more like new stuff and new ability. On the other hand, if you wanted to have that and you misclick, I mean, you cannot misclick because it's a long shoot. But if you choose that and you realize that this is what you wanted, I think the amount of things that you can do to unlock it is pretty a lot. And then usually you're not very far away from having the point that you want because you decided something else.
And I mean, if you play the game for a long time, you can pretty much unlock everything. So, of course, not in the demo, but we saw someone, this was funny. Was it on Discord? I think so. He shared a picture. He did all the deeds that's possible in the demo, and he already played like 15 hours or something like that. So yeah, you can imagine you have to play a long time if you have the whole game and you want to really have all the deeds. We have so many deeds. I don't know how many deeds we have, but
What you can
a
do
lot of
is
them.
you can definitely clear out all the compass and have
Yeah.
everything for sure. And you can do more. You can basically earn more point that even you need, because there is different way to earn point in the compass. Or you are doing those deeds, which basically highlights things that you can do or on your island or basically outside of the sea, like doing recruiting Timothy, for example, as an example. Or there is also event. It's not present in the demo, but event like this that will also give you points. So sometime here, hidden in the fog, there is things that will allow you to get more points.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I mean that's great. So it's not like in an RPG where you have to decide, am I more like a warrior or more like this, and you can just go one way or something like that. So this is really good. Yeah. Let's see. Do we have other questions? We can't have enough pirate game without parrots. Yeah, that's true. Parrot party.
I
Yeah,
thought we
they have a
cannot have a
party there.
pirate game without a pig.
That is also true. Without many pigs, dancing pigs, drinking pigs, um, sunbathing pigs. So yeah.
Maybe you want me to make an extension.
Oh yeah, let's do this. And yeah, if you have more questions, let us know. Otherwise, I can also go to my questions we saw overall
Let me get
on
the better
social
guy.
and so
I want to
on.
get the better guy.
Yeah, let's do this.
So here,
Maybe you can build a solve thingy on here because of that one. This should work.
I'm not sure.
If it's easier for you. Yeah, that works.
Okay. So let's do that.
So they
So-
have to walk around, but hey.
There is a recurring question about consumption and so on in the camp, and is the resource are local, global, and so on. So
Oh yeah.
again, very early in the concept, we wanted to have vertical building, vertical placement. Let's say, hey, let's make a real city builder in 3 dimension. And then we had this idea of what would make sense as a 3 dimension, pirate would be cool, and so on and so on. And then we had to have a gameplay loop that support that and make sense. So we wanted verticality to basically matter. So we very quickly came into distance, because what the 3 new axes, the vertical axis, allow us to do is solve problem very differently than if it would be flat. As an example, if it were just a flat city builder, this building need to be close to this one, like here, because now he's delivering things here. And then the only way to do it would be in a circle, which is totally different in Cove, because you have the option to basically be close because you are on the flat ground close, but you also can be close in 3 axes. And then basically we wanted to have really the feeling on how can I be smart in how I'm placing my building so the logistic is optimized, but with just more option to just be on the flat ground. Which lead to the point when we discuss about which type of economy we want. There is a lot of different city builder with global economy, local economy. Anno is an example of global economy where you have warehouse that share things around the island and so on and so on. But going this direction would not have basically reinforced the USP we wanted to put in the game, which is verticality and basically efficiency in the network. So we decided to add a local economy. So in the game, everything is kind of local and resources are basically transported everywhere. It's basically look like a simulation where things that I need in this area, I will need to bring in this area. It's come from construction material for building to basically construction material to ship and to consumption material for basically make my pirate happy. We make it a bit easy because I didn't want it to have a gameplay where I have to bring food to all the tent and drinks to all the tent, because then it would be very tedious to click on all little building and say, hey, get your food from here. You get your food from here. You get your food from him. So very early in the game, we decided to come with what we call harbor building. Is like, okay, let's make a town center, which basically control the consumption of the town. And let's make service building provider that will provide to this camp the things that the pirate want. So in this current camp, I can always control on my pirate camp here the things that the people want. So they want to have houses, they want to have food, and they want to have beer. Consumption comes from which type of population and which type of seller you have.
Mm-hmm.
This is locally what is consumed on this camp. To provide this, I will need to have service building. So this one is basically providing any kind of food. And this one is providing any kind of alcohol. But later on, which are not in the demo and not unlocked, here in the community I will have a lot of different building, because more the game go complex, and I can show it in here, more the basically resource that the buy pirate will want are complex and so on. So I will have like new service building and new things to provide, or they will become annoying, they will become sick, they will become
Yeah, I like when you look at the production chains of the later resources, how big they are. Like the closest, for example, I think they have a big one.
This
is
starting
great.
to get crazy.
Yeah.
Here we
this
try
is
to find a
great.
balance between too complex and fun to play. So I think we managed to be really in the line. So you will never have like 20 building to place to get something, because usually the later chain that you have is based on things that you already have.
Yeah.
As an example, when you are building a ship, you will need shard burner to be at some point, and then when you want to have iron caster, it's very likely that this part of the chain you already have in your island, so you just can finish the things.
Yeah.
But it comes later on with a level of complexity and planning that you have to manage, because if not, then you will not be able to fulfill the needs.
Yeah.
Local needs, which mean that this camp has this food provider and this alcohol provider on which I need to deliver the alcohol. So this is the moonshine still that generate beer, booze actually. And there is one guy coming from this building to the moonshine, from the tavern to get the beer. And then from here it will be distributed in the camp. It's the same for this one. So this camp here now only require housing and basically food. This building have to be here to provide the food, and then of course there is like food provider here because I want to have a short road. Technically I don't have to produce my things within the camp vicinity, so I could very freely decide that, hey, I also want to sell the fruit from there. The thing is, if I do that, then the guy that is basically going to get the food is have to walk all the way because all the resources are local.
Poor guy.
And then he will grab the food over there and then bring it back, which basically while he's going there, those guys here are eating this down, which lead to, hey, it's very likely that he come back too late for the people to be here happy.
Yeah.
At any time, I can always, event. I want people. This will be interesting if I do that. At any time, you can always check here what's happening here and then how the connection are. So we try to keep it as simple as possible, but you can always check, hey, now I have an upkeep of 2. I have an input of 9.4. I know that there is a feature that is basically very far because there is a 2 slow transport, and the 4.6 that you can see here is the things I'm missing. If the transportation were shorter, he would make 4.6 resource delivery more than what he's doing now. One thing about optimization on the connection, you can always check, hey, by mousing over and clicking, you can see by clicking a building, you can see all the connection.
Yeah.
You can see basically if they are too far or not. So red one is a bad one, green one is a good one. As long as your connection is green, is optimized, you don't need to optimize more. And then yellow one could be better. And you can always also click on this. This will tell you the speed of your current connection. So it's really like micromanagement, but now I know that this connection is this one is red because it's very far away, and if I click on the connection, I see it's yellow because basically all the connection that he's using is average speed. It's not fast transportation. It's basically just a normal one. And if I would like to optimize, because there is a way for the game to basically get a green connection even with this distance, I will need to have like stronger connector, like the zipline for example, that is way faster. And then, do I have a zipline in this town anywhere? Yes.
Oh, there is one, yeah.
But does anyone is using the zipline actually? I'm not sure about that. Because to use it, I will need to probably request someone to grab the food from here.
Yeah, that is perfect for the next question we have here. Can you explain the ziplines? I don't get them to work. So
Yes, and then if I click on which one is this connection, so now basically the guy is going to go by foot because zipline are not a two-way. I mean, they are a two-way connection, but the go up is extremely slow and they are extremely fast. It's the fastest connection you can have down. So the guy is going to go up, then go here. Now he's going to get more food. So he will go out again of this building. Go out, go out. He's waiting. It's take a bit of time before you want to go out. He need to wait for his next delivery. I want you to go. I want you to go. Well, fetcher need to have a request to go. So at some point he will go out and then go there, and then because the shortest way is not this one, the fastest way is this one. He will use the zipline. So I can see that now this guy will use the zipline. Ah, he's going here. And then you go down and then use zipline and then
fast.
get his things and go up again. That's how they works. The game automatically always choose the better route, except in two conditions. One condition is if your guy basically, I mean, he planned his trip when he goes. So if the guy is already halfway in the bridge when you build the zipline, then it's very likely that he will need to wait the next try until this road is updated. And the second reason is just a bug on the demo. We have an issue where in the demo, when you update, you create a zipline, it takes a while before basically the zipline the game acknowledge the zipline and then choose that. It's fixed now. But in the demo, if you have issue with zipline and you think, hey, the zipline should work, but it doesn't, the things you do is, sadly, you go in, you save the game, and then you just reload the save. And then because when you load the save, the simulation is refreshing, the zipline will work. And I'm very sorry about that. Thank you for the community to let us know. I mean, we find it out looking at stream, and then we fixed it.
and of course that will not be in the 1.0 version.
It's already gone.
Yeah. Yeah, and together with the zipline, we have also the aerial lift. And we had a lot of questions about why is the aerial lift so expensive? It's so much more expensive. You have to balance this.
It is balanced.
Is there a reason why it's so much more expensive?
So now there is a different things that I got in the feedback. There is the cost of the different connector, and there is the length of different connector. Oh, it will be so good if it will be longer, faster. Yala yala. There is many requests. I can go first on the aerial lift. Aerial lift is super good in any direction. So basically, it's a very fast connector up and down. And then at the beginning of the game, it's very short. But I think if I scroll on, why I cannot go there? Let me go there. No. Let me try. Yes. If I go here, I have basically improvement for the aerial lift.
A booster. That sounds good.
So this, for any rank, it can go up to 5, will increase the length of the aerial lift by 4% speed and also by 60% length. So at the end game, you can create very long aerial lift that can be very fast up and down, which basically, if this would be cheap, it's the basically best connector you can use to solve all your problem, and you don't have to use any of the other. So the decision was to make, okay, this is a very good connector. We don't want to nerf it or basically make it like, hey, you don't want to use it because of this and this reason.
Yeah.
Instead of that, we decided to keep it very good, but then you have to earn it. Get the money and then basically spend it, which makes sense on many aspects. First of all, it's a more complicated mechanical wise, so story wise I can justify it, but also it's kind of your late game connection that you will want to farm in order to optimize your giant camp, because late game the camp will become giant. When I'm playing, I'm covering everything.
So this is why it's more expensive. Makes sense.
For the other connector, they still have perks. So you have the same things for the elevator. You have booster for the elevator. You have booster for the zip line. I think the zip line is on the top, so I should have it somewhere here. You have booster, so it's become longer and longer. Late game, the zipline is still a better option to go downhill than the aerial lifts, because you can create faster one and then you can create a longer one, but it's required for you to create the two-way connection. This one is the fastest connector up, but only can go straight forward up, so it's that limitation.
It
And
makes
at the
sense
end,
if you're building on a cliff directly, right?
and at the end, all those limitations is for you, and for us to create interesting challenge, because at the end you will have logistics challenge. Hey, I have my turtle soup on this island somewhere.
Oh,
I have my turtle here. I have no turtle here, but sadly for me, my ship will require here in the basement some turtle soup. So I will need to bring the turtle from this side of the island to this place, and then I will need to figure out how. And then it's a combination between different connection, different road to different building. In this aspect, warehouse is a very interesting and useful building to use to optimize things.
Yeah.
Does it make sense?
Yeah, I think so. If you have more question about it, just ask. But Kai-has, you have another question, a good one. Sorry if this was covered already, but how deep is the event system? I mean, we already talked about the event system, but just on a super high level. How deep is the event system when the ships go exploring? So I guess you're talking about more
type of event you
late
are?
game. Is it just to choose A or B with flat rewards, or is it deeper with more branching paths and possibly good or bad effects and rewards depending on outcome? Also, are rewards fixed or hidden dice roll based on who you send?
So, different things to do, different events. In the demo, you only have this area, which has only one power check, basically. This is more difficult event with a lot of things to do.
Oh, yeah.
You have simple event like this, which is just like, hey, choose between the reward you want with the cost and the consequence out of it. They are more looking like events that we have on the island. You have like stuff that are moving, that are usually, battle with choice. Later on, you have also what we call ambition, which are multi-step events. So basically, it's kind of little quests that you have to solve, which are mixed of like a small event and big event. So you will have to send your ship somewhere, then someone is telling you something that basically will unlock something else as a quest, and then you need to go on to solve this quest, and then it's kind of a long chain of things with a little story and things that are impacted, which usually lead to a bigger reward.
Yeah.
And then you also have more narrative kind of event where it's still displayed the same, where you have like choice, but the choice are not about spec and number. They are more about, hey, which direction narratively you want to take. So it's like little adventure. We didn't push the feature to a point that it's become like a long adventure thing. So usually all the event that we have, single event wise, in terms of time is like 2-3 minutes. I always wanted to have something very quick. But then when you have a chain of events, then one chain of event can take you up to 20 minutes to solve because of doing all the event, resupply with your ship, getting the good ship, because it's not necessarily the same ship that is always good for everything you have to do. If it's a treasure hunt, you need to come with a lot of supplies because you will have to move in the island and do a lot of things. But next there is a ship appearing and then it's a battle. It's not necessarily the ship that you have now that is the best ship to do that. So it's usually recommended to not like this nice island to have only one ship. It's usually recommended to build more ship around the island and to have more captain to the things.
Yeah. I hope that answers the question, Kai-has. And Beer Better Beer, this is also asked, by the way, you have the best name. This is also answering your question. So yeah, you can get buried treasure on islands. We will have something like that on different events. Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you for the answer. Okay, that's good. So yeah, if you have more questions, put it in the chat, please. And of course, if you have questions after our stream, let me put our Discord in the chat. You can also just join our Discord, asking questions there. This beautiful guy is answering a lot of questions there. So yeah, come to our Discord.
So look at resource and consumption.
Oh yeah.
So now for this ship that I would like to have the best crew possible, I want to have those guys. And then I built an oven here, but sadly for me the oven needs two things. It needs the cassava roots and it needs the salt. Cassava roots is easy to solve because basically cassava is something that I can grow. So I'm just going to plant the pickers in any fertile area. The oven is here, so I will have it close. I will build it here. So from this building next to it, I will just get that. Now the salt is a tricky thing because I don't have salt here. I have it here. Sadly, I didn't build this town, I have to say. The person that placed this camp here, place it here, and then the salt here is outside my influence area, which I cannot get. And I cannot build it there.
That was my fault, sorry.
And so I will grab the salt from here. I will first have to bring it over there, and it's a lot of other implication because why make things simple? So first of all, I'm going to place the camp. Now the thing is telling me, hey, you are not connected. You need to be connected to anything. So no pirate camp connection. It needs to be basically viably connected to something by the network.
Yeah.
Like a spider web. So I'm going to create a nice connection. I'm going to use that. Back. By the way, when these things say it's too long, you also have way to upgrade them later in the game. So I will basically go there and then build the most unoptimized things possible. And it comes there. So now it's connected. So someone will pick the wood, and because this town only have locally wood here in this building, pick the wood and we bring them over there. And it will take the long road. So one little pro tips would be to, first of all, when I'm creating another camp, is to build a warehouse here. Let's do it here. And then with this warehouse, I'm going to plug it there. And then create a connection here, like this. And I have a little comment for this connection in a moment. And now when this will be built, what I'm going to do is I'm going to fetch some plank from this storage there to this storage. Reason being is I want to optimize the construction of my camp here. So it's very good for me to have construction resource in a shorter way. By doing what I'm going to do now. So I'm going to say, hey, you take the plank from there. This is a long road. This guy is taking the planks from this building. Then also I will take it from here. So this guy is basically gathering all the planks production in the area and then stocking in there. And then this guy there is basically getting the plank from the storage. I'm gathering all the planks and bringing it here. Reason why I want to have it here is now, once I have some planks in there, so I will wait a bit.
Poor guy, such a long way.
Yes.
So many planks.
So now
That's
I
a
have
strong one.
planks in my storage. If I build a house here, the worker need planks to build the house.
Oh no, sharks.
I have 71 pirate. I can basically catch the sharks and cook them, which will be good because basically now I will get boost production in my food production, and I'm going to sadly lose 15 guys, but you know, sometime I need to make a hard choice. Unfortunately, we lost some crew in the daring enterprise, but we will avenge our lost comrade by eating their killer.
Sounds reasonable.
Yeah, it's a good compromise. I'm happy with that. Let's go back to what I was doing. So here I'm going to place a tent, and now because I have the planks here locally, the guy that is going for construction site here just walk from here, which greatly helped me to optimize when I want basically build a local camp and then have all the resource construction. So technically me, when I'm playing, I'm always basically gathering every building construction resource in each of my camp. First of all, because they will stockpile in, which I will never miss them. And then because it's helped me to locally be better. I also do the same for ship construction.
Yeah.
Go back to our little salt. Salt is here. So the thing is, I would like to have the salt in there.
Oh, that's a long way.
Now the game is not automatically creating a connection between this to this place because it's way too long. So what we decided to do is when the resources are really unoptimized, we don't automatically create it. Still, as a player, I could always do, hey, go there. And then there is a guy that is going to fetch from Salt. And then he's going to do the very nice long way around and then basically get the Salt from there, which will take forever. And it's very unlikely that I get enough bread to get my people happy in this camp, because those people, they are living in this camp.
Yeah.
And then they, if I'm basically hiring them, they will require to have like cassava bread in there.
Yeah.
What are my options? Here I have a couple of options. So first of all, it would be super cool if I could create like a straight connection.
That's too far away.
Sadly, it's too long, which is annoying. Technically, later in late game, I will be able to do that because there is way for you to upgrade that. But I will start to basically optimize my connection. So I will start by, hey, I can basically do this. Then I will go there, and then I will go there, which will lead to already,
Much better.
I think, if I'm doing this, a way better and shorter connection. So I'm still red, but now the guys is basically taking the road of like going there, use the zipline to go very fast down, and then coming here, and then there and there. Better, but not ideal. So I still want to have more salt in there. What can I do? I could basically build a zipline from here to here, which will allow me in one direction to be way faster. But what I'm going to do is something else. I'm going to use this little boy warehouse, because this is a very useful tool to optimize things. So I'm going to place it here. I'm going to redo the connection here because they're not great. Tuck, tuck. Then he connect here, and then from here, can I basically try to optimize things here? I will go there. I could even try that, but busy because the issue that we have in this safe system.
Yeah.
Let's see if it works. So now there is a plank guy coming from the top to the downstairs to build the warehouse.
I have to laugh about the comment, save the sharks, eat the pirates. Yeah, that could be the fourth option. If we would be like cannibals.
I tried to have this option in the game, but somebody did say no. So
Okay.
I have to live with that. So what I decided to do is I built a storage here. What I'm going to do with this storage is using as intermediary connection. I'm going to tell the guy, hey, bring the salt there. So now the connection between this guy and there is basically still yellow, but it's already faster than red. And then from here, now I will tell a guy here, hey, you don't grab, you can keep grabbing salt from over there, but you will also grab there from here. So I can see that the connection is still red, but he has really half of the way to do. And then I also use two guys. So I'm hoping by one guy grabbing the salt here and one guy grabbing the salt there, maybe I will be able to supply it. Or I could have another storage here to bring even more salt here.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to have the resource as close as possible.
That is some pro storage gameplay.
Late game, more connection, more different way to optimize your connection base, which will allow you different gameplay.
Yeah.
Can I do that? Oh no, too long. Who balances
Yeah,
that?
that's sad. I don't know.
So this is creating bread. Now my storage is full. What I
Oh,
would
we
like
have
to do.
another question. Do you have to be nice to the pirate population, or can you be like a mean leader?
If you can support the consequence, you can be mean. That's really up to you. And
True.
and then if you are basically happy to suffer the consequence. To answer that, I need to explain a bit the equation. So how do you win the game? You win the game by basically become the best at something. So or you are the richest pirate ever, and then you are too big to fail. Now the crown acknowledge that you are basically so rich that they are fearing you and they will not attack you anymore. You win. Now there is of course a way to lose the game, and then basically you lose the game when basically you have no cohesion in your settlement anymore. So basically everybody is unhappy, and then they decide that as a leader you are very bad. They say we take our ship and we are gone. They do a mutiny, they cut your head, and they are gone. They are
Yeah.
pirate after all.
True.
So can you be a mean ruler or a good ruler? Yes, you can basically be mean, and like I did now, I sacrifice some people to basically get more food. You can time to time not fulfill the things that they want, but this will come at the cost of cohesion. And then if we reach 0, you are game over. Many of the time, because we try to make dilemma between all the choice, you cannot really be nice. It's
Yeah.
between choosing this is bad, but this is also that bad, but this is better for me in the current context than the other one. So you will have to make hard dilemma choice. And then you can be mean as long as you don't reach 0 in the equation.
Yeah.
If that's done, it's game over. So one way of playing it is to be super mean and basically use your cohesion as a resource, and then always spend it to be a kind of a very fearful pirate. But then you will need to gain the cohesion, and then how to gain the cohesion is usually by doing some event, or by also choosing the cohesion answer in some of the dilemma you have.
Yeah, that makes sense. So, and we are already over the time. But if you have one last question, let us know. Otherwise,
I wanted to basically
you can still do something.
I talk too much.
It's fine. But we already have over 90 minutes. But you can still explain something. But
I want to get
and
salt
yeah,
from
like I
here.
said, if you have more questions, let us know.
I want to get salt from here, and I want to get the bread from here now, because I also want to get the bread out of here. So now I have night connection. I have some people
That
carrying
looks
the
good.
salt from here to the other way quite okay efficiently, and I have some people bringing the bread downstairs, and then from my kitchen I will take the bread. And now he's telling me that there is still a slow transportation, but I have some bread in there, and then now I should be able to hire the best guy.
Yay! Okay.
Why this is good?
This is a big difference.
Because if you look at the ship, the better guy will impact the stats. So I know that those guys, Scallyvarg, they are impacting mainly the stat, which is maneuverability.
Yeah.
You can see the fact that I add 4 of them give me a plus 3.5 in maneuverability. So if I have more, this is the max I can hire with the bread I have at the moment. But I can see that my ship is way better already. And then because of that, I will be able to tackle probably which event require that. Here it's this one, 24. Not yet.
Oh.
But I think with the same ship,
Can we do it even if there is a difference?
you can try. It's really depend on
So it's gambling.
how good you are
Yeah.
in the
okay.
choice. If you basically make no mistake and so on, even if you don't have the ideal ship, and
Yeah,
because
yeah.
the events are multi-sequence, you might be good enough to clear it. There is 2 ways of handling those events. Is or you like, okay, I'm going to be extremely smart in the choice I do and try to never made a mistake in the
Yeah.
selection. And then basically, even with a ship that is a bit below what you need, you can clear it.
Yeah.
Or you can are more the safe player, and then you prepare yourself correctly. And usually, as long as you have above spec here, it's very likely that you can clear it even without,
Yeah.
even if you make 1 or 2 mistakes. That's
Yeah,
how we
yeah.
try to balance it, to basically don't penalize people that basically only want to play it kind of casually. Of course, you have like difficulty setting where you
Yeah,
can say,
yeah.
no, I don't want it easy. Make it hard on me all the time.
And of course, you need a bit of luck for your dices.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But little spoiler, there is somewhere, I think, a
The voodoo shack.
way to be
Ooh.
cheating with the dice.
Ooh,
Because
with
of course
voodoo.
you are a cheater.
Okay. Yeah, and of course we need voodoo in a pirate game. This sounds good.
So at some point, luck is not an issue anymore.
Okay, that sounds good.
Some captain
Great.
also have.
Oh, better dices.
I think this
Like
guy
the fake ones.
is manipulating the dice also. He will get 3 more
Ooh.
dice, so basically you can get a huge score.
That's a lot.
But then If the result of those 3 is less than 5,
Oh,
you just
okay.
get 1. We have a couple of other people that will help you and to manipulate and cheat your luck out
Yeah,
of
yeah.
events.
It's good. Then, if you're done with what you wanted to show us, then I think
Well, I can show you things
we are good
forever.
for today. Yeah, of course. I know. I mean, we can do another stream, of course. Maybe then you have more questions. And yeah, but for now, if you are good, we good.
Yeah.
Yeah? Good? Then, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us for our second developer stream. And yeah, when is the next stream? Probably in 2 weeks, and it will be focusing on art. And we have other streams planned that are a bit of a surprise. Will be pretty cool. So yeah. Have an eye on our socials, of course. There we will announce everything when we have new information, new stuff about the game, or of course, new streams. And yeah, game is coming out on 31st of July, not so far away anymore. Wishlisted. This is helping us a lot, of course. And if you have questions, come to our Discord, put it on our socials or in the Steam discussions also. So yeah, and if you have not wishlisted the game, please do it. This is really helping us a lot.
Just
But,
so you know,
yep.
if you are streaming the game in English, it's very likely that I'm going to look at your stream.
Yeah, same for me. So you will be watched.
I mean, you are watching the German one too, but
Yeah, as well. Yeah, that's true. So, and you are maybe the French ones as well. So,
Yes.
so yeah, we're
Japanese
watching
one.
a lot of streams. Oh, and the Japanese. Yeah, that's true. So, yeah, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much again. Have a great day, a great week, and see you next time.
bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
The pirate's way of life is under attack. And here you are, stranded with nothing but the clothes on your back. Build, manage, and rule your pirate haven. Turn your shabby settlement into a thriving hideout. Keep your crew happy, set up production lines, and run a tight ship. Ready.
What's this? Pirates on the Wild Island.
With enough resources, you can extend your reach, build mighty ships, and explore the 7 seas.